as for overcoming poverty, disease, ignorance, and insanitary conditions in our country. Just this morning, some FM station called and asked me, your party is perceived as a capitalist party, but during your tenure of office, we saw that you did so many social interventions for the not so privileged. I had to explain to him that the party I led, which is in power today, NPP, is not a capitalist party. We do not subscribe to ideologies, left, right, no. Ours is open-mindedness, pragmatism. Government should be there to solve problems. This is why, as you know, in the current government, the theme is creating jobs through agriculture, farming. We have so many young people all over the place, highly educated these days, without jobs, unemployed. And they say the adage, before the men of God here permit me, they say the devil finds job for the idle hands. When we've created a phalanx of young, educated people, you do not give them jobs to do, then what you are doing to them is to leave them to the devil to use. And that is a curse to the nation. I do not know anywhere on earth where poverty has been used to overcome poverty. You need to create the wealth to be able to have the not so privileged. You need to be able to have the wealth to fix the safety nets, as it's called, for equality of opportunity, give education to the people. Do as Jospong is doing, cleaning the filth that sometimes piles to the levels of skyscrapers. You walk our beaches, which should be fine beaches, and what you see? Open defecation, dead plastic bottles all over the place. So when you have a company or a conglomerate, it's not one company, like Jospong, trying to help society by removing all the debts. Yes, it will make the profit, and you're going to help. It's not so much the profit is making you are going to support it to do. Rather, it's the cleaning of the environment, so we have health, so people can live, and their allotted lives the Creator gave them fully, not being killed off early through mosquitoes and cholera and so forth and so on. That's what our government set out to do. And we were so pleased to see this group tackling the problems that used to be tackled only by district assemblies with their conservancy officers, which they weren't doing too efficiently. So when Jospong came on his own initiative, engaging so many young people, clean our neighborhoods, and we saw it, we were startled. We said, hey, this is what should be happening. And it formed part, it was very much an integral part of the vision and policy of my government, that the government should partner the private sector to do all the jobs society needs to be done for it. And if along the way, the company will make their profit, that's the rationale for private enterprise, for the profits. The only thing is that government will not allow a private company to gain unconscionable profit. That one, no. But if you make legitimate profits to help society to move ahead, and if anybody would call that capitalism, I would say let them call that. But government is there not just for capitalists, government is there also for society generally and to help the handicapped. And this is where the principle of public-private partnership, I believe, emanates from. And this is where I believe governments from now into the future should work with. The government alone cannot do it. The private person with his initiative and risks taken will make the profits. We should not envy them. We should rather encourage them to do more. Look, go to the United States of America and ask to be shown any government businesses. You won't see the businesses. It's more private sector. Government is there only to set the framework and also to do the regulatory mechanisms to ensure that even as the private sector makes profits, the private sector will pay the due taxes and levies, so government will then apply the revenue from there to do the social intervention for people. When you have that, then I tell you, and you have a balanced system to move society forward. This is what we try to do. And now, as I said, I don't want to introduce government so well. My government, the government I led, was truly not capitalistic. It was there for humanity, for the society of Ghana to move ahead as it should move ahead. Anybody who talk capitalism on the basis of ideology as if capitalism is evil, that doesn't know what he or she is about. The world over, go to the West, which is supposed to be the most developed, or now even go to China, that describes itself as a communist state. I tell you, capitalism is allowed, and this is why China is coming by leaps and bounds to lead the world. So this is what should be the order of the day here. You will not overcome poverty with poverty. You need to create the wealth to overcome poverty. And when you have agencies like Jospong to do the work, encourage them. Saying this is not endorsing any private company to take undue profits. No, that we won't endorse. But then, government is like the proverbial mother. When the child spoils, say or eases itself on your laps, you don't cut the lap off. You only clean it and you groom the child to do better and to know better. With that, then you move ahead. Let me cite one example before I retire. Now everybody talks about South Korea. They do not know the history of South Korea. I tell you, the names like Samsung and all the others you hear around the world today, some time ago they were all perceived as corrupt people, and their captains were put in jail. But in due course, that country saw that what those business people were doing was the way for the country to extricate itself from poverty and also to move ahead using technology, risk and initiative to enter the markets of the world and to conquer. So the tribals, as they used to be called, were freed from persecution and then supported by states. So if you look at South Korea now, small country, but I tell you, when you are talking of the wonders of the world now, you cannot leave South Korea out. I believe that's the way Ghana should go.